Yes, Shabbat Shalom everybody, and you are welcome to the Parashat of this morning. The Parashat that we are going to study this morning, or that we are going to discuss about, is Parashat Vayigash, which means the approach. Yehuda approached Joseph to explain to him all the situation, that was back home, what he promised his father, to how he discussed with his father, that his father should be able to give them Benjamin to come to Egypt, and for him, to be able to return Benjamin also back home to his father. That if he doesn't return Benjamin back home, then he doesn't want to see the evil that's going to befall his father. And so he's saying, I'm taking responsibility for the life of Benjamin, and please take me as a slave and let my brother go free. And so therefore we can see how Joseph was moved by that circumstances, that these men were not the men that he knew before, that this man has improved, that these men has amended their way, and these men are now a new group of people, not the old brother that he was aware before. But that being said, I subtitle the parasha of this morning as "Do not tarry or quarrel on the way home." Do not tarry. Don't waste time. Go quick. But when you are going quick, as you are moving, do not quarrel on the way. All of us, we left a point in time in our life. For example, when we were born, right? We grow. As we grow, we have experiences. As we have experiences, we grow older. As the more older we are, the more experience that we become. And as we grow, coming to the end, when you are like 80 years old, 90 years old, 100 years old, 110, 120 years old, and you are coming to the end of your years, of your days, you begin to take account. And therefore, as we are moving, because here is a what? It's we are in a strange place. This place is not our home. Our home is in the heaven above. So this one is just a journey that we're passing through. And he's saying that on this our journey, on this our way, don't quarrel, no fight. Because when you quarrel and you fight, you make the way more tedious. You make the way more longer. You make the way not interesting, because you are fighting and you are what? Quarreling every time. So he said, do not tarry, go quick. But as you are moving quick, no fighting, no quarreling. I would like to illustrate this week's Parashat message with a situation that we are all familiar with, especially, for example, when we are boarding a plane. The aisles and window seats are usually selected first, leaving the middle seat to the last minute travelers. As passengers settle into their assigned seats, the great minds' battle begins as to who has the right to the armrest. If the windows or aisle passenger takes the armrest, then the middle passenger is left with no armrest whatsoever. When I am sitting in either of the aisle or on the window seat, I try to leave the armrest for the middle passenger seat, reasoning that I at least have the window or the wall to recline or to lean against, or the aisle to stand up and do what? And stretch out myself. I will hope to receive the same courtesy if I am stuck in the middle. But that isn't always the case. Early on, as the sitting and boarding is going on, a quick, decisive, and bold move must be taken to conquer the space, or else it is going to be a long and even more uncomfortable flight. Most of us, or all of us, have taken flight before. We understand how the rule works. When you are boarding, you see people, especially if you don't have your seat, if your seat is not being assigned to you from the beginning. Because now the airplane or the company, they will tell you that for you to book your seat, you have to do what? You have to pay. Before, it wasn't like this, because they want to make more money. That is the idea. More money, they are never satisfied. Only money, 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 money. You have to pay some $30 to reserve your own seat that you've already paid for. You already pay for the flight, and you still have to pay for the. You see, it doesn't even make sense. But now that is nobody talk, and so they are using that tactics to make more money. So when you are boarding and your seat is not yet assigned, I'm telling you, you have to run like a Spider-Man or I don't know, like a Superman, run boom to go and take the seat by the window or the seat by the ice sleeve, so that you are easy for you to stand up, to go to the toilet, to stretch yourself, and do and so on and so forth. While those ones on the window, they can have a place to rest and look at the flight as it's going, the sky, right? But the one in the middle, that's where the problem is. The one in the middle has nowhere, to rest. The hands rest, they cannot rest because the other one take it, and the other one take it. So you have no choice, that you are in the middle. You have to now begin to do what? Fight. In order for you to get at least a place to rest your arm or your hand. If you don't have a place, then the flight will be very, very long and very, very uncomfortable. All right. That is one example. I'm going to give us another example again. Many shoppers are aware that when there is a limited number of items going on sale, it's necessary to purchase. There are many goods deals that are posted on websites for the limited time and quantity. Certain areas of purchase have changed over time. For instance, a daily merchandise store such as fruit store had the best fruit and vegetable out in the morning, but by the evening time only the scraps remain. Today, stores are adequately supplied, allowing replenishing and restocking of shelves and bins throughout the entire day. In other categories, however, the saying first come, first serve is still in effect. A different side of this is the notion that haste makes waste. Sometimes a person should not act so quickly. Nevertheless, there are two approaches that need to be addressed. On the one hand, speed, and on the other hand, not delaying. A person may not see the difference between the two, depending upon the situation. At the end of the day, how do we reconcile these two important ideas of speed and not delaying? You need to understand that. Yet, using care and thought before doing something. Perhaps the answer lies in the famous incident of Joseph revealing himself to his brothers and instructing them what to do right now. This is the idea, right? I'm just giving an example for us to be able to lead us to the message or to the Parashat of this morning, Parashat Vayigash. This idea that that first come, first serve, right? If there is a sale, like there's a lot of sale, thousands and millions of sale during this season, right? So if you don't go first, you might lose the sale, right? But some people go, like for example, when you go to a store to go and buy fresh food, right? The best time to buy a fresh food is in the morning because it's freshly restored and everything is fine. But by the time you go in the evening or in the afternoon side, you meet only the bad ones, because the good ones have been taken already. Only the bad ones remain. So, but we know that yes, the country that we have is a country of plenty. Stock. The shelf is being replenished every time. Even though still yet, the people that come first get the best deal. The same situation is happening in this parasha of this morning, like giving us the understanding that how do we reconcile these two words to speed, but at the same time do not delay. Speeding and not delaying. How do we reconcile this? Because there are two different things. So how do we reconcile these two in one phrase? And that's what we're going to discuss about this morning in the Parashat Vayigash. In this week Parashat Vayigash, the Torah states in Genesis chapter 45 verse 9 Bereshit, Genesis 45, verse 9. It states, Joseph said, quickly go up to my father and said to him, this is what your son Joseph said. God placed me as a law to all of Egypt. Come down to me and do not stay there. Only a few verses later, Joseph said to his brother in Bereshit chapter 45, verse 24, the word he said. And he said, Joseph sent his brother, and they went, and he said to them, do not tarry or quarrel on the way home. Look at the difference in the instruction Joseph gives to his brothers. First, he said, go quickly, and later says, do not delay or do not quarrel, which would ultimately lead to the slowing down of the journey. Because when he said, go quickly, do not tarry, and at the same time, do not quarrel on the way. So if you want to go quickly, then you need a speed, no? No. But if you are quarreling on the way, then that is going to do what? That is going to slow you down, because everybody will say, you stop again, you start quarreling, fighting among yourself. And so therefore, Joseph is saying, go quickly, do not tarry, fast. Go tell my father what your son Joseph said, or what is my position in the land of Egypt. At the same time, he's telling them, do not fight, because when you fight among yourself on the road, then the message, it will take long for the message to reach my father. So let's see what some of our sages are talking about concerning this. Sphano explained the reason Joseph tells his brother to go quickly was to minimize the anguish of Jacob. Once he addressed his concern for his father, he turned his attention to his brothers. In Da'at Mikra, he explains this. The word teguzu, which means to quarrel in Hebrew, is explained in two ways. And before I talk about that, let me quickly talk about the first part. Joseph is telling his brothers, go quickly, go tell my father, because I don't want my father to continue in the anguish, in the pain. Remember that they were already on their way, right? When Joseph called them back, because they said they want to know, maybe they stole the silver cup of Joseph. And when he now took them back all the way from there, maybe they are already on the half road, then they came back again. And so Jacob, their father, would have been waiting for them. What is going on? Why are they not coming back? Why are they not returning? What is the situation? Are they being attacked on the road? Is there any thief on the road? Is it, all kind of things might have been going on in his head. So that's why Joseph told them, go quickly. Yes, I have tested you. You guys have proved yourself to be a different man or different men. You people have improved your way. You've changed, right? You are no longer the old people that I know before. Those brothers that doesn't care. Those brothers that are willing to sell their brothers to make money. But now I can see that the Holy One, blessed be He, has touched your heart, and you guys have already been actually the children of Jacob, our father. You are different. You are no longer that old man, but you are now new men. Right? So Joseph is telling them, go quickly now. Go meet my father and let my father understand this, so that my father will no longer be in anguish or in pain. So now, teguzu, which means quarrel in Hebrew, is giving us two ways or two understanding. Number one, it is to understand as Joseph telling his brother not to be angry with one another, not to fight over the decision of having sold him into slavery, into Egypt, as explained by Rashi. This word is similar to what the Navi Habakkuk, that means the book of Habakkuk, the prophet Habakkuk said in chapter 3 verse 2. He said, Beroges Rahami Tiskor, which means amid ranges or amid rage, remember to be what? To be merciful. Even though it is natural for you to be angry with each other, be merciful. Take it easy on each other because it was all meant to be. So this is another interpretation that we can understand. After Joseph has already dealt with the concern of his father, say, okay, go tell my father that this is what is happening. Quick, right? Now he now turned his attention to his brothers, saying, don't fight, don't quarrel among yourselves. Don't condemn yourself, because it is all planned by God himself. That is the way it should be. You see, Joseph was a man of faith, a man who understands. Even though he was one of the youngest among them all, he was the most wisest among them. Right? He said, don't start crucifying yourself. Don't start cutting yourself that, hey, we made a mistake. Why have we done that? La 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 la. No. Be calm. Let there be peace. Because if this thing didn't happen, we don't know what will have befall us as a family. You see, Joseph is looking at it from a positive perspective. And he knew perfectly well that his brother were looking at it from the negative perspective. Say, why have we done this? Why did we do this? Now he's going to punish us. Now he's going to avenge. Now he's going to do what? Destroy us. But Joseph didn't look at it from that perspective. He's looking at it from the positive perspective. Remember, in every situation in your life, in any situation that befall us, no matter what, there is always the positive. Always. I'm telling you, there is always that positive perspective there. And the Holy One Blessed He is telling us, my people, that don't look at things on the negative perspective. Always take that, no matter how minute that positive is, take it. Let your soul, let your mind attract to that positive. And when your mind attracts to that positive, you multiply it, you magnify it. It's like a wave, then it spread, right? Then you can be, yes, I can see the light. There is always that minute light in every situation that we have or that happens to us in our life. It is just for us to be able to see that you ask God, show me that positive so that I can take hold of it. So Joseph here was taking hold of the positive. Even though his brothers were looking at it from the negative perspective, that is going to deal with us, punish us, kill us, or punish our children. No, Joseph said, no. It is meant to be. For that is the plan of the Almighty. You are just being used as a what? As a tool to fulfill that promise, or that vision, or that prophecy that the Lord God has spoken hundreds of years for our forefather, for Abraham Avinu, that your children shall be a slave or a foreigner in a strange land. So it's coming to pass step by step. So we as a child of God, we as a student of the Torah should always see from that positive perspective whatsoever thing that might happen to us in our lives. It says here, Joseph addresses his brothers and tell them to be quick and inform our father to come down to Mizraim, to Egypt. Their hesitation was the difficult, hard decision to leave Israel. Therefore, Joseph tell them in the decision that the decision has already been taken by God. That is the plan is already on the move. They are to bring the family down to Egypt. The ticket to travel is bought already. Now, don't argue about anything in delaying that will make the trip even feel more longer, such as infighting. Pick your seat immediately. Don't get stuck with something you don't like. So that is the idea. Here, Joseph is telling his brother, this is done, we have the ticket. Our job now is to do what? To board the plane and let's take our seat one by one. Stop fighting. Don't quarrel among yourselves. Don't start having infighting, because the infighting that we are going to have will do what? Will make the journey even more longer. We make the journey not interesting. We make the journey difficult. So therefore, do not fight among yourselves. Don't let us fight among ourselves, because when we fight among ourselves, we are going to divide ourselves. And Joseph doesn't want division, he wants unity. In unity, we stand. In division, we fall. So now, because we are coming from the land of Canaan to the land of Israel, we have to be united as one for us to survive this thing that is happening. Because Joseph can see hundreds of years to come. He's telling them, forget of what happened, because that is the way it has been planned by the Almighty himself for us to survive. Because if not because you sold me, how would have survived? Yes, God is God, He's Almighty. They can make them to survive in any way. But remember, their father, Jacob doesn't want to leave the land of Israel. Jacob doesn't want to leave Eretz Israel at all. He wants to remain there, because to him, in his mind, he knew. He said, if God, the God of my father, the God of Isaac, my father can provide for my father during the famine of Abimelech, God can provide for me even though in this famine. But God said, no. That is not the plan. When Joseph was telling them, go quickly to my father, and when they came home to report the case to their father, the Torah told us that, and Jacob had a dream that God told him, go down to what? To Egypt. But Jacob doesn't want to go. He wants to settle in the land of his father, sojourning. That is it. He's tired. He just wants to sit down there and relax and say, okay, when my time comes, my time comes. I'm tired, I want to relax now. God told him, no. You are not relaxing, my friend. Stand up, wake up, and go and meet your son in Egypt. So that actually convinced him that, yeah, it is God that is speaking. And it is God that has made my son the Lord of Egypt. So we can see the understanding here. So we, as a child of God, our ticket has been bought. By who? By Yeshua HaMashiach. He has cleansed us from all our sin, from all our iniquity. What we just need to do is to board the plane and sit down and be quiet and let us enjoy the ride. So we are saved in Him. He said, and I will rise them up on the last day. You see, those that believe in me, those that trust in me, those that hope in me, on the last day, I will raise them up. So we can see, he, by his name and by his power and by the authority that the Holy One Blessed has given him, he said, I will raise them up on the last day. Because me and my Father are one. So understanding this principle and this true understanding that Yeshua has bought our ticket, has given us that life, that eternal life. We just don't have, what he's telling us that, do not quarrel, don't fight. Because when we begin to fight in the plane, oh man, the plane will not fly. The plane will be in the tarmac. I mean, they're going to call the police. There are people who are drunk who are fighting here. Then by the time you're supposed to be in Cuba, in some Bahamas, or in some nice exotic place, relaxing, enjoying yourself, you are still in the tarmac at Trudeau International Airport, delaying you for 4, 5, 6 hours because of infighting and quarreling. Or maybe you say, okay, well, I'm not going to fight and quarrel at that time. Then you begin to do your quarrel in the air. Then the pilot said these people are going cuckoo because they are fighting. Then let me divert the plane to another place. Then you divert the plane to another place in order to cool down the what? The fighting. Because it doesn't want trouble, right? So this is are the things that we need to understand. No infighting, no quarreling. Relax, enjoy. It's not hard. Call the air hostess. You know, I need some wine. Just give me wine, relax, you eat. Let God take control. So that is exactly, so to say, that what Joseph is telling his brothers. Now, no major decision in life should be made quickly without proper consideration and a thorough examination of its consequences. There is no major decision in your life that should be taken without consideration, without thorough examination, because every situation has a consequence. Every situation in life, whatever decision that you make, there is a consequence, either positive or negative. So when you are making a big decision in your life, right? You have to do what? Sit down. You cannot take decision on what? On emotion. No, never, ever, ever. Because when you take decision through emotion, you fail. When you are taking a decision in your life, you have to be cool-headed. Calm down, relax, weigh them. How many positive is here? And how many negative is here? How many positive is here? And how many negative is here? You take all your decisions always cool-minded. Not with emotion, not with haste. Hey, let me no. Because when you're in haste, you can make a mistake and step on the mind. You know the mind, and when you step on the mind, my brother, my sister, it's too late. Before you want to take explosion. That is mistakes. You don't do that. So a major decision in your life, for example, I want to buy a house. It's a major investment in your life. You need to sit down, calculate. How much is my salary? How much can I afford? My lifestyle. Can I maintain my lifestyle together with another investment, together with this house? Because maybe before I'm spending, for example, $5,000 in a month for all my goody to make myself look good, right? So if I buy a house now, can I spend the same 5,000 to make me look up? Do I need to downgrade a little bit, right? Maybe 3,000 instead of 5,000. In order for me to be able to meet up with my what? With my mortgage or my obligations. So you need to calculate all those things. You can't, oh, this house is good, let me go and jump up and buy it. Then at the end, you cannot afford it. Then everything becomes a lose or a loss, right? So you have to understand, oh, I want to buy a car. Oh, don't worry, can you afford it? Or because buying a car is easy, but the job of buying a car comes after buying the car. It's not the when you go and pick it from the dealership, the maintenance, that's where the job is. They this, change the oil, change the socket, change all kinds of things, right? Gas and so on and so forth. Or you say, I want to buy electric. The electric is not free of charge, no? You plug it, no? It's running on your meters. Or you go and charge it, you pay. So these are the things that you need to calculate. Oh, I want to have a baby. Calculate. Understand, okay, this is what I can. Am I going to afford all these things, everything, the diapers, the pipers, and whatever it is, the clothing and so on and so forth. But I believe that every child brings his own blessing or our own blessing to the parent. That I believe and I know. So that, but see here, you still have to do what? Make your good calculation perfectly well. But as soon as a decision is made after everything is taken into consideration, then quick, decisive action must be taken. For example, once a decision is made to purchase something of major importance and significance, then the purchase should be made as soon as possible in order not to lose out on it. Right? Once you make that decision that everything has been weighed, right, okay, I can afford it. Don't waste time. Go boom. Because when you waste time, one thing or the other will come again. Because you are on the way, you are marching, you are on the road constant, and there is all kinds of situations that can happen, right? But don't waste time. Once you weigh all your options and say, okay, I can afford it, this is good for me, don't waste time. I remember myself, I use myself as an example every time. When I was about to get married, I always tell everybody this situation. My rabbi go and say, I saw my rabbi, I asked him, I want to marry. He said, go marry. He said, I don't have the money. He said, no, go marry. He said, how can I marry if I cannot afford this, I cannot afford this? I look. Well, actually, I have the money. But because I was using the money in an improper way, I go out, I blow out, I do everything. Because I'm a single man, right? That is the idea. Oh, my friend, yeah, Isaac, la. Right? When Isaac is there, there's always party. That's the idea. Because Isaac will spend all his salary and everything is gone. No? Every time. Then my rabbi got mad with me. He said, okay, don't come in. Go and get married. I tell you to go get married. Then I asked God, please help me. When I got married, I'm telling you, my salary does not increase. It's the same salary that I was taking, but I was able to afford, with my wife, we were able to afford a house. How is that possible? When the salary does not, because now I become wise. I know how to manage my resources. all those party making, stop. I'm not saying I stop my friend. We still see, we still communicate, but that money that is coming out of my pocket, stop. I don't do that again because I think, oh, I have a responsibility. I have my wife, I have my children, and I have a house to pay. So you begin to become wise. You know how to manage your resources effectively, but the salary does not increase. It's the same one. So most of us, we have the resources. The problem is on how to manage it. Most of us, we manage it unwisely, and that is where the problem is. So once you make all the calculation and everything is fine, don't waste time. Go and do that immediately. This concept is consistent with what Hazard's statement said. He said, "Zrizim Makedim la mitzvot," which means the word, the result in Hebrew is difficult to translate because most often it is described as proactive diligence or enthusiasm or the inner drive to act properly and energetically on a goal or a zeal. This is a prerequisite for doing the mitzvot. A person needs to be ready to do the mitzvot even though it may not be at that time, at that particular time. But once the time comes, however, one needs to act immediately. So the idea is this, that when we want to do a thing, once you have decided to do it, have it ready, get your mind ready. So that when the opportunity comes, you take hold of it. Many people say, God bless me, bless me, bless me. Okay, good. God says, okay, I bless you already. Because you pray hard, you fasted, right? And God bless you. Right? But people say, God will bless me, and the blessing will just come in my what? In my bedroom, or in my sitting room, or while I'm watching TV. It doesn't work that way. When you pray, you fast, and God says, okay, I have done it for you. It is now your responsibility to get yourself ready, set for that blessing. When the opportunity comes, you are like a lion waiting with the claw open. So when the opportunity comes, boom, you take hold of it and you use it for yourself. So you need to go out, you need to do your own part because God has already done his own part. So by you going out and taking control of that opportunity, make you a blessed man. Right? So if God says, okay, you are a dreamer, you can dream 10 million years. If you are not acting on those dreams, it won't work. You need to act on those dreams. Right? Joseph said, okay, oh, I interpret for you all these dreams. Let me go back. Please go back to your dungeons. Go to in the dungeons. Managing the prisoners. But Joseph has already prepared his mind. It is time I'm going to take hold of this opportunity. He interpreted. But you have to look at the way he interpreted the dream. There is 7 years of plenty, and there is 7 years of what? Of famine. But I advise you, O king, look at his way. Very smart boy, eh? Well, I advise you, O king, to have a man who is very wise, who can help you to set up all these things. Then, if I ask all my people, look at the statement that the king said to him before. I asked my wise men, my astrologers, my necromancer, they could not what? Interpret. Technically saying, they are not smart as you. So Joseph planned it by himself to put himself in that position because he was a smart boy. Let my Lord get a wise man. Okay, these people who don't, I'm just paying them for nothing. They can do nothing for me. You interpreted it. Then you are the wise man. You see, the way it is, he was very smart. You will be the man. I take you, go, and do what? And do the job for me. I don't need any other person. See, this is what we need to understand when we are preparing ourselves. Once the opportunity comes, you take hold of it and you use it. So, once we are ready to say, okay, I claim myself, I'm ready to do a particular thing, to do a mitzvah. to do the way God, the command of God. Maybe the time to do that mitzvot is not right now, but you are ready already. You are armed. You are ready. So when the time to do the mitzvot come, you do it right away. That is you are a wise man. So that is the idea. The lesson to be learned is once you know that you are flying, once you know that the ticket is bought, immediately what do? You choose your seat. When you choose your seat, then you get ready. Don't get stuck in the middle seat. When you buy a ticket and you don't have a seat assigned to you, or you don't want to pay extra cost to do what? To get a seat. When you are boarding, be the first one to be in the front. So when you go in the front, what do? As soon as you enter the plane, run, get the seat, and sit down and get ready and relax, and the flight will be very nice. But if you don't do that, trust me, believe me, the flight will be very, very long and uncomfortable. Don't fight. Don't quarrel. Go quickly. Tell my father, this is it, this is what your son Joseph said. Come and meet me. But when you guys are going, please, no fighting. Don't quarrel. Go, deliver, and come. But I am waiting for you here. Be sure Amashiach has done all the work. He's waiting for us. Relax. Why fighting? Why quarreling among ourselves? The worst of the worst is the Messianic movement. The infighting is too much. Everybody knows everything, right? I am this rabbi, I am chief rabbi, I am the come on, stop infighting. This is my idea. This is my the Torah is not a religion, for God's sake. There is no religion of Abraham. Abraham has no religion. Yitzhak Abenu has no religion. Jacob Abenu has no religion. What they have was relationship, faith in their God. They have that personal relationship with Him, not religion. Torah is not religion. Torah is a relationship. It's a faith. For what you don't see, know that it is good, it's going to happen. Because you trust it, because you can feel it. Because you don't see the air doesn't mean that there is no air. You can feel the air. You breathe it every second. You know it exists. So that is the idea of the Torah. Please, my people, let us relax. Yeshua is in control. Fear not, for it's with us. Parashat Vayigash. Don't tarry or quarrel on the way home. Shabbat Shalom.